Well, hello everybody. It's Brian, keeping Walt and Disney. It's been a while since we've gotten together. I've been really busy with work, and then we did a trip to Disney World and had some family stuff come up. But it's just been a crazy, crazy week. And we're going to talk about our trip to Disney World. So I invited him, and hopefully he'll join. There he is. Hey,
How's it going?
good. It's a shaggy dog.
It is.
Man, we haven't talked since we
I
left.
know it's been a while. I'm sorry.
It's cool, man. It's just been, oh my gosh, you know,
Yeah.
it's been pretty crazy. Oh, okay. I left something out. I'm looking at all the stuff. Man, we got a lot of stuff.
What did you leave out?
The Mr. Toad mobile, the
Oh,
popcorn bucket. Woo. Oh,
oh, you
well,
got Shaggy Dog as well.
yeah, I got him. So cool. So, welcome everybody. Glad to see a lot of familiar folks joining in. A lot of our longtime listeners. I see Chris and Michael, Alexander, Elmer's here. A lot of people checked in and saw merch and checked out, but it's like my brother is on. That's cool. Hey, Aaron. And then I got my
Oh,
niece, Michael M. Skaters, or Miss Caters. And yeah, she's awesome. Miss Caters, we got to give Miss Caters a shout out right now because, wait, was that Disney World? No, that was Disneyland. She was so cool. She like sent us a gift card while we were at Disneyland.
oh yes.
Yeah, and didn't we use that to buy fried pickles at the Carnation Cafe? I
We
think that's what we.
we did. We had Carnation Cafe, and
Yeah,
that was my first time going there. So I appreciate that
yeah,
gift.
that was such a thoughtful thing you did. We weren't expecting anything like that, but when you offered it, I was like, well, can't you just can't say no, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Oh, and then Jim, who's thanking you as well, Miss Caters, because he was part of the trio, and we really appreciate that. I think actually your gift card paid for corn dogs and pickles and maybe
So
maybe a couple ice cream bars.
we took the healthy route that
Yeah,
day.
that's right.
Hey,
Boy, so
when in Disneyland, that's what you got to do.
yeah. Well, we're not here to talk about Disneyland. We're going to talk about our trip to Disney World. And for me, it was the first trip I'd taken since 2019. So the first post-pandemic trip to Disney World for me. What about
Well,
you?
for me, it was well, okay. So I want to say technically I went there in 1991.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember anything except for the fact that they were building Splash Mountain. And
Yeah.
it's weird because it's not like I was young, but I don't know. I just didn't remember. So, and we only went to Magic Kingdom. So
Okay.
that was before Animal Kingdom was even built. I had never
Right.
been to MGM. Now it's Hollywood. So I've never been to Epcot. So I count this as my very first trip ever.
That's fair. And it was great. I mean, I was a pass holder for a couple of years, and when my daughter was a cast member, and we had taken a couple of vacations as a family. I think in 2009,
Hmm.
14, 17. But I'm no by no means an expert, but
Well, you're
yeah.
definitely an expert compared to me. And also, I will say, and I know we'll talk about this, I am a little jealous. Like to be a pass holder with a ride like Tron, I'm very
Uh-huh.
jealous of everybody who is a pass holder out there right now, but we'll talk about that a
Yeah.
little later.
Yeah. So, if you're joining us and we're not talking about a live action film, that's just because we haven't had a lot of time to watch one or do a little research and share that with you. But we promise we'll be back doing that maybe next month.
You know what? I will say
Yeah.
on the plane ride back, I watched three Disney films.
Oh, really?
Uh, yes, I watched Tron. I watched Tron Legacy,
I watched
and then
Tron Legacy on the way back too. Yeah.
I watched the movie Cheetah from
Wow.
1989. Did you ever see Cheetah?
I I think I have that on DVD. I just haven't had a chance to pop it in the player yet. But
Yeah, it's great.
yeah,
It's great.
that's cool. So I think what we're going to do is we're just kind of go day by day. We were there for a total of 6 full days, I think, right? Monday through Saturday.
Hmm.
So,
I
well,
flew in on, we both, I think we both flew in on a Sunday and flew back on a Sunday.
yeah.
So it was a full,
So we had 6 full days and parts of a couple, sort of. And yeah, so we'll just kind of go through, and I thought it would be fun to just kind of talk about like we're not going to go like give you our detailed itinerary and everything we did each day, but just like kind of what the highlight of the day was, what are things we enjoyed, what are things that we didn't enjoy, maybe what surprised us,
yes,
and what what didn't
definite
surprise us.
surprises. Yeah, there were definite surprises
Yeah,
and they were good.
yeah,
Most of them were good.
right, right. Hi, Caleb and Bopa, Brickle, and everybody joining in. Glad we're just talking about our trip to Disney World. So, like Jared said, Sunday, May 14th, I flew in pretty early. I think I was at the Caribbean Beach Resort where we stayed for was it 7 nights? I guess it
IL.
was. Hi, El. Oh, that's your friend. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
Caribbean Beach Resort. I had never,
yeah.
well, of course, I'd never been there.
Well, we had. I'm military, so I had initially planned on staying at Shades of Green, but through the one thing that turned me off from that resort was that the walkway from the Shades of Green to the Polynesian was removed. So that's a huge benefit for staying at that resort, the proximity to the Polynesian and the monorail. And so that was no longer a benefit. And so Jared and I chatted about maybe Coronado Springs, and I had never stayed there, but
Hmm.
then a great sale came up, and we were able to get the room at the Caribbean Beach for just a little bit more. I think it was not too much more, but roughly the same price. And that's awesome because we could access the Skyliner, which would take us to a couple parks, and so we didn't have to be on buses all day. Which,
Yeah, well, the
yeah,
Skyliner, um, it, I really had no idea what this Disney World resort was gonna be like. Like, I'm just very used to
hmm,
Disneyland, and if anybody who's ever been to Disneyland compared to Disney World, it's just a lot smaller. Um,
yeah,
and
right,
so
right.
I didn't even know about the Skyliner thing.
Well, and every time I go to Disney World, we have our car, so we always drove everywhere. So this time, Jared and we kind of threw around the idea of renting a car, but I kind of liked not having it and just relying on Disney transportation. So we had a few adventures trying to get
We
around.
did, we did, but for the most part, I think it worked out very well.
Yeah. So just real quick, the first day, I think I flew in around noon, so I kind of scoped out the resort. I had a little lunch. I had a little Cuban sandwich while I was waiting for Jared to arrive and for our room to be ready. So I just kind of walked around the resort, got a feel for where everything was, and so you got there around 5:30, 6, or
Uh, yeah, I think around 5:30 is when I actually got there.
yeah,
Um, flight was a little bit delayed, but not too much.
You could share your experience on Breeze
Exactly.
Airlines. I heard about Breeze. That's like it's the Disneyland to Disney World special because it flies from John Wayne to MCO or Orlando. Right? That's one of their
It
routes.
is one of their routes, and I was just happy that it was nonstop,
Yeah,
a nonstop flight. You know, overall, Breeze is new. Or I think it's a couple years old. There were some kinks, but I think for the most part, it was worth it.
cool.
It was a lot cheaper. So
Yeah, and I flew American Airlines from Austin direct to Orlando. I live in San Antonio, so I made the 1 hour drive up to Austin. It was fine, except for driving home.
yeah, I bet.
Yeah, that was brutal. But yeah, so I think right when you landed, we kind of checked out the room, unpacked a bit, and then we took the Skyliner over to Epcot really quick so we could activate our tickets because I bought like the military 5 day hopper, uh,
Hmm.
which aren't really active till you go to guest services and they check my military ID, and that was pretty quick process. And then we took the Skyliner back over to Caribbean Beach and just had dinner at the little banana cabana. What was it called?
I think it was Banana Cabana or
Yeah,
Cabana Banana. I don't know.
it's
It
just
was
a
like a little
little,
outdoor bar
yeah,
type thing.
yeah. And we just had some appetizers and um,
There were a lot of bugs.
yes, there were crazy bugs. But one thing about that first day was the weather was really pleasant. I was
Yeah,
like, wow, is it going to be like this all week? Very little humidity and a nice breeze.
yeah. No, it was very good. The bugs made me a little nervous because I'm like, oh no, it's night one, and you
Yeah,
know we don't.
yeah,
I mean, I don't have a lot of bugs in Southern California, at least not like that. So I didn't even
yeah,
think
and
about that being a possibility.
right. So the bugs they're called May bugs, and they're just little guys that like I don't know if they're male and female, but they join together and they just fly around and they get all over the place. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was kind of the first day. I think we had a nice server, and I got some chicken wings, and you got a burger, I think it was, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes, that's when.
we'll talk.
Okay, so I had met Brian in person one other time before that. So he was getting to know my little quirks. And right off the
Yeah,
bat, I hate cilantro. So I was very picky when it came to food.
but
That's all I have to
the
say.
every meal the servers were great. I mean they get these kind of requests all the time. Like my kids have tree nut allergies, so Disney's just really good at like making sure that the food they put in front of you isn't going to kill you.
Right, right, right.
So yeah, so we had a nice relaxing night back at the room. We had a really cool room location. It was the Aruba section of the Caribbean Beach Resort, and what would you say, like a minute walk to the Skyliner from there?
If that, yeah.
If that, yeah, like like we look out our room, turn left, and maybe take 100 steps, and there's the Skyliner station at the Riviera right there. So we
Which is you can get off or you can get on and off both directions there. It was a hub, so you get on one way, you take it to Epcot, get the other way, it'll take you towards Hollywood Studios.
yeah, yeah, with just one little transfer to
Yep.
get to Hollywood Studios. But yeah, it was super convenient. It was really nice having the Riviera close by. We'll talk about that place a little bit. But day one was Epcot. And so, what was for you, what was the biggest, what made that day super cool?
Are you sure you want me to say? Because I think you're gonna know what
Well,
I'm gonna say.
I think I know what it is, but
I
we both had things we wanted to do, but there was one place that just kind of knocked our socks off, right?
yeah, there were, you know, I don't even remember what I wanted to do. Oh, we wanted to do the Remy ride or the
Yeah, that
Ratatouille
was my
ride.
thing. So we got there really early. So we were able to go into the park at 8:30 because you're in a Disney resort, you have early entry. So I think we queued up outside the International Gateway, which is where the Skyliner drops you off, that little side entrance between England and France in the World Showcase.
Hmm.
So we were queued up probably like what 7:45 maybe. It was
Yeah, it
early.
was. We felt like we were pretty early, but I'm glad that we were.
Yeah, there was probably maybe 40 or 50 folks sort of queued up there. And we met a nice family from Texas that we were chatting with. Yeah.
She was a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Yeah, I think she was a real estate agent.
When we
But
all followed each other on Instagram while we were waiting. So.
um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but so do you want to say what we did, or do you want me to say what the biggest surprise was for me?
Yeah. So, like, so for me, riding the Ratatouille Remy ride, that was my thing. So that's what we were there for at 7:45. So we went straight to Ratatouille and really enjoyed it. Like we pretty much walked right on.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
Ride was great, a little screen heavy, but I really liked how the vehicle moved around. You know, it felt like you were like a little rat running around. There was
Yeah,
some
the theming was very good. I agree with you that it was a little screen heavy, but there were some times where I'm like, oh, I appreciate. There's one scene where you're all inside a little rat, and
Mhm.
and you're moving around, and there's one scene where you pull up under, it's like a wire cart, and you're looking
Yeah,
up.
kind of like a shelf where you put pots and pans. Like you're underneath the.
Yeah,
It looks pretty cool. Yeah.
and that was my favorite part of that ride
Mhm.
or
Yeah, me too.
attraction.
There was a pretty good mix of like real props and screens, but it was really really nice. They really did that area really well in France. So,
I agree.
but yeah, go ahead and tell us what was the
So, but then
highlight.
so there was I didn't know anything
Highlight.
about the park, so I was happy to do anything, but I did know that there was a virtual queue for one ride there, a Guardians of the Galaxy ride. And so we joined the virtual queue, and when it got time to ride the Guardians ride, I'm walking through it. I'm walking through the queue, and I kept talking to Brian. I'm like, I just feel like the theming is pretty underwhelming with this queue. Like, I
It was a
at first
little, yeah.
I didn't even know that it was a Guardian or it was a Marvel ride really for most of the queue. Then I got to a part where I'm like, okay, yes, we
Except
are on the right
for that
ride.
big spaceship out front.
But yeah, but I'm not very familiar with.
Right. Yeah. If you're not
Um,
familiar with Xandar and their military vehicles.
exactly.
Yeah.
But let me just tell you, that ride blew me away because
Yeah.
I had no idea what it was going to be.
Either did I knew it was a coaster and I knew you got launched and but I had no idea. I don't watch videos or anything before I ride something for the first time. So yeah, it was cool.
Oh my gosh. I was grinning the entire time. The music, the first time we rode it several times, but the first time we rode it, they played, it was Conga, Gloria Stefan, and it was just like the perfect music. It was
Yeah, Miss
abs
Caters, that's what Jared said, Space Mountain 2.0.
it's exactly what
Yeah.
Space Mountain, I've always wanted
Yeah.
Space Mountain to be, at least Hyperspace Mountain
Right.
at Disneyland. Because we'll get into it later, but Disneyland Space Mountain and Magic Kingdom Space Mountain are different.
Yeah, well,
And they do theming of Space Mountain sometimes with in at Disneyland where it's Hyperspace Mountain, and I always find that to be underwhelming.
mhm.
But and I'm like, well, I don't know how they would do it though. That's how they would do it. The Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is how they could do it.
Yeah. So awesome. I mean, we got off and we were just like, we just looked at each other and said like, we got to do that again. So what do we purchased a lightning lane for that to
Hmm.
ride it again later that day.
Yep.
Yeah. So for me, the big surprise, of course, well, I think I would have to say it would have been Guardians or the Butterfly Forest.
The That was your biggest surprise?
Well, we walked by that area in the land, and
Yeah.
um, uh, there was this little butterfly exhibit, and you're like, hey, let's go check this out. So we walked in there, and it was kind of like, wow, these are cool butterflies. Like they were flying all around you, and they would, some of them would just kind of hang out on a little leaf and let you take their picture.
Hmm.
like they knew what was going on. They knew the game.
Maybe they were animatronics. I mean, it's Disney.
Could have been, yeah. But those are the little things that when you are walking around Epcot, they're not things that you plan to do, and there was a lot of that at Epcot that day where we're just kind of like, oh, let's check this out.
Epcot
Uh,
was, I think Epcot in general was a surprise to me. I was thinking that
yeah.
preconceived notions going in, I expected Epcot to kind of be near the bottom for me. Epcot was near
Hmm.
the top for me. Um, I liked the World Showcase. I liked the attractions. I liked the kitschiness of certain parts of it.
Yeah. Yeah, like attractions like the Figment ride or the
Yep.
land or the boat ride, what living with the land.
Living with the Land,
Yeah.
yes. That was one I wanted to do because I had seen videos. I wanted to
Hmm.
do that. I wanted to do, we didn't do Soarin' because I've done Soarin' a million times out here and I'd heard it's
Hmm.
exactly the same. But we did do Living with the Land and what's the one inside? Okay, I apologize, anybody who's a WDW fan, but I don't know the name of the big giant ball in the center.
Oh, Spaceship Earth. Yeah, we
Spaceship
did
Earth.
that.
I
So
didn't know what that ride was either.
yeah, and that's
I
kind
enjoyed
of
it.
like right. I love that that's still a popular attraction there. It's like classic Epcot. Tells a story of communication through the ages, and it's fun. We
Yeah,
had horrible luck on rides like Spaceship Earth, like the Omni Mover rides. Um, they just
we
kept
did.
stopping.
We did. It start. I think it didn't it start with Finding Nemo. It
Yeah,
started with Finding
Finding
Nemo.
Nemo, Spaceship Earth, Haunted Mansion, all those we would just get stuck.
Yeah.
So it's
Carousel
cool.
Progress.
Yeah, carousel progress. We saw the same scene 3 times. So a couple questions here. Joshua AG 1955. I think you mean Space Mountain is definitely just the Matterhorn indoors. You're
It's
right. I think
so
that's what he's saying.
true.
Yeah. Construction, Miss Cater says, yeah, it was a little tough getting around the old future world area, which is now divided into different neighborhoods, which will become more clear once that's all complete. But um, yeah, you could drink all day. Yeah, we drank water all day. And we went to Club Cool and drank lots of yummy sodas all day.
Yes.
Rome burning inside Epcot. Yeah, or the Spaceship Earth. I love all those cool scenes, especially like um, the little boy selling the newspapers and disco mama in her lab coat,
Yeah.
working her computer thing.
Oh yeah. You made sure to point her out to me.
I love her. She's so cool. Yeah. So
Wait, was that in which one? Which ride was that? That wasn't in Figment,
that
was
was
it?
Spaceship Earth.
Was it Spaceship
Yeah,
Earth?
it was that scene where I don't know. They're talking about the age of computers. Like they were in a lab with like the huge computers, with all those spinning wheels and stuff. Before we got to Steve Jobs sitting in his garage or whoever that could have been, Bill
Well, you
Gates.
know what I did like in Figment. I know that that's not the name of the ride. What's the name of the ride?
Journey into Imagination with
Journey
Figment.
into
Yeah.
Imagination. What I really liked was Disney live action references in the queue.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. There
Cause
was what was your favorite one in there?
I, I I mean, I liked computer wore tennis shoes, but I also liked the Honey I Shrunk the Kids. I've always enjoyed Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
Uh-huh.
So anytime I see Honey I Shrunk the Kids stuff, I enjoy that.
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned my favorite. Like there's a pair of red tennis shoes right outside this office window, and then hanging on a rack is a Medfield jacket.
Hmm.
So it's really cool. I mean,
And
most
Dean
people look at that and
Higgins
like, yeah. Oh, Dean Higgins name on
on
the door.
on
Yeah.
the door. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I thought that was really really fun.
So
Plus,
yeah,
it
we've
was good to see that. It was good to see. I'd seen Figment. I'd seen news about like popcorn buckets, Figment. I, if somebody had said Figment, I knew what Figment looked like, but I had no idea what Figment did. So it was good to
did,
finally be able to
right.
see that.
Did you get a Figment souvenir? I thought you got
I got a
something. Maybe.
Figment Christmas ornament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't see it. It's there. No.
Oh no, I packed it with the Christmas stuff.
I don't think I bought any merch at that first day. But Joshua asked about table service. So after we got done running around, we kind of started World Showcase first and went to Future World. I'm calling it Future World because that's how I know it. And then back to the World Showcase. Of course, we rode the Grand Fiesta Tour. I
Yes,
think,
which I was
yeah,
surprised.
with
I
the
was
three
surprised
Caballeros.
that there
That's
was a three
fun.
Caballeros ride.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's great. And then we met some friends of mine for dinner at Tutto Italia, which was really fun. I mean, it was hot. We were dying. It was like what 6 o'clock. We were ready for a break.
Yeah, it was pretty warm.
Yeah,
I'm not used to that weather.
I'll never get used to it. So you just pace yourself. I think we did pretty good. I think making
We
sure we
did, yes.
stayed hydrated and riding Guardians a couple times, and we ate
And
lunch at where did we eat lunch? What was that place called?
oh, it
Con,
was
Con,
I got that salad.
Connections
Yeah,
Cafe,
yeah.
the old electric umbrella restaurant, which was really nice. I thought it was really kind of very bright and open, very airy, and some really neat murals that I took some pictures of, and I'll try to post those in the coming weeks. I got so many pictures to share, but yeah. Anyways, we made our way over to Tutto Italia and met with Disney Dodger Dad and Disney Dreamer 85, Michael and Michelle, and we just had a nice dinner with them. They
Yeah, if you
were,
go to that restaurant, get the lasagna because it's
yes,
fantastic.
and the calamari. Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
the
the
calamari
calamari was
was
so
good,
good.
yes.
That was like my favorite. I ate like you ate a little bit. Mike and Michelle
Hmm.
don't care for seafood. I probably pounded down about 75% of that. I still ate my lasagna. Yeah, so the calamari is great. Just really enjoyed it. Um, and a lot of Coke Zeros were drunk that day,
By
or
you. I
by
don't like
me.
Coke Zero.
Vintage to the Max says, "I think I might pop into Disney tomorrow or Monday." Good, yeah, okay.
Do
Let us.
it.
Where are you talking about? Disney World or Disneyland or Paris, Tokyo, Shanghai?
I would do it
Um,
if I could.
yeah, I, totally. So we had a nice dinner, caught up with them. I met them for the first time in 2019 when Galaxy's Edge opened in Disneyland. So we were able to meet and ride the Millennium Falcon ride, and then we had dinner at Cafe Orleans. This was before Rise of the Resistance was open, but boy, after dinner we were pooped, right? Oh, we went and saw Impressions de France. That was my I don't remember if we did that before or after dinner. I think it was
We did it
after.
after, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Impressions to
that's
France was actually very
yeah.
good.
that's my favorite attraction at Epcot. Will always be because I love the music, the scenery. I'm a big classical music nerd, so a lot of that music in there I'm familiar with, and it just the sound system is so good. It just
Hmm.
sounds so great.
And the screen.
Yeah,
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 it's pretty
yeah.
great.
It's not a circle vision screen. It's kind of like what would you say, a 180, maybe 180,
It's
165.
yeah, it's not Circle Vision. It's yeah,
Yeah.
maybe 165.
And it's not one of those where you have to stand up and watch it. So uh, yeah, that's just I love that. So we didn't do everything that first day, and so we went back to Epcot on Thursday. So this was Monday.
Yeah, we
We
did
were
not do Frozen.
yeah,
We did not. That actually might be the only thing we really didn't do. I mean, we didn't do the
yeah,
Beauty and the Beast sing along, but we never did that.
no,
And I think maybe what was it, the Canada video, the Canada movie, or
yeah.
the
We saved a
China
lot of
movie?
stuff for the Thursday. So
Yeah.
let's see
But
if we could remember what we did on when we get to Thursday. So,
yeah. Oh, the
but
one
man,
thing.
we
Oh,
go
the
ahead.
one. What the one ride that I did once. Remember, I don't know the name of it. It's the spaceship one.
Oh, Mission Space, the
Mission
orange,
Space. Let me tell you,
more intense version.
I'm not mad that I rode it, but I don't think I ever need to ride that one again.
Yeah. Josh says he loves all 10 Omnimax films. Okay. So that's yeah, I guess there are about that many. It's quite a few. If you count the ones that were at Epcot and Disneyland and over the years. Yeah, quite a few of those. Those are fun, except for you have to stand.
Yeah.
So after we got out of Impressions de France, it was pretty close to 9. So the park closed at 9. We watched Epcot Forever, which was the nighttime show, which was
Hmm.
cute. You know, it played a lot of classic Epcot songs like Kitchen Cabaret or and the old Living with the Land song, some music from Horizons and World of Motion, like old stuff back from like the 80s and 90s. And some neat fireworks. It's not Illuminations, and I never saw Harmonious, but comparing it to Illuminations, it was kind of like, eh. Illuminations is great, and I missed that show. That was a nice way to end um, a night at
Yeah.
Epcot. The best way
Yeah.
to end a night at Epcot, though, is on New Year's Eve, which we did that one year. Woo! Talk about crazy fireworks,
I
man.
I can imagine that. I mean,
Yeah,
I barely even stay up till midnight now on New Year's Eve.
yeah, yeah. That was fun. So we hit the Skyliner back to our room. I think we we hit that pillow and we were gone.
Yeah, that was a
And it
long
was only
day.
10 o'clock. You know, we were, yeah, we're
Well,
old.
we needed to wake up early the next day.
Yeah, because the next day was Magic Kingdom Day. And I
And the
think,
whole reason why I wanted to go on the trip.
right. So the big surprise for me that day, so I'll go first for this one.
Okay.
Um, I have to say it was the dinner at Liberty Tree Tavern. I really, I'd never been there, and we had such a great server.
Yeah, she was great.
What was her name? Lori, Clara, Claire? Is it Claire?
Claire, I think
Yeah,
Claire.
she was so nice. Like, she just kept bringing us rolls and kept bringing us rolls, and she'd go away and bring more rolls, and the food was great. I love the pot roast. You tried
I tried the meatless
Impossible meatloaf, right?
meatloaf. Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
not good. Not good.
But everything else was really, really delish. The mac and cheese was good. Even the vegetables, green beans, and I think the salad that they brought before was really good. So we didn't eat too much because boy, that kind of food, Thanksgiving food, will weigh you
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
So
for sure.
we we were very we paced ourselves, I think. And the dessert was delicious. Like it was toffee cake with
I just had
vanilla ice
the ice
cream.
cream. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
had the ice cream.
So, oh, was it a? It was before it was an all you can eat. It was a menu restaurant. Oh, that might have been nice. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of all you can eat places, but we did do a few of them. But
We did do a few.
that was my surprise that day. Um, what about you?
I think I had two little surprises. Well, one little one and one big one. The
Yeah.
little one was my favorite part, like favorite area of Magic Kingdom was Liberty Liberty Square.
Oh,
Like I just
oh
like
yeah, yeah.
the whole
Hmm.
theming of that
Hmm.
area. But the biggest surprise for me, and I knew I was gonna like it, but I didn't know that I was gonna love it, was Country Bear Jamboree.
Oh yeah, of course.
I
Yeah,
absolutely love the Country Bear Jamboree.
it's you know I tried to pay more attention to Max, Melvin, and Buff on the wall, and they're
Hmm.
just hilarious. Like we saw it probably four times, I think, over the week, three, four
Yeah.
times, and it's just so fun watching. Like you can get focused in on who's performing during the show and just watch him, but if you look around and see the reaction of everybody else in the show, it's just like Melvin, the deer on the right. I think that's him. He's just like laughing the
He's
whole
like
time.
he's laughing, but then like also um, just kind of like looking at whoever is sitting
Uh-huh.
in the audience to make sure that they understand that it's funny.
Yeah. And I swear there's they've trimmed the show a little bit, and you can totally tell like when Trixie, or no, is it Trixie? The big bear, when she sings, "Tears will be the chaser for your wine," or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a joke that one of them says, "That's a mighty big song, Trixie," and then the other two say, "That's not all that's big." You can see their mouths saying those words, but there's no audio because they took that part out. It's minorly offensive, I guess.
I just like the triplets. The
Oh yeah,
triplets
yeah.
are my favorite.
I really love how people just, you know, you can tell who's never seen the show, or maybe it's their first few times, and it's like they get they get a lot of laughs. It's so fun, like hearing people laugh. I find so much enjoyment out of the Country Bear Jamboree when I hear others enjoying it, because I think it has staying power, and it's just so classic, so
Yeah.
Mark Davis, so Walt Disney. I mean, that was going to be the attraction was going to be up at the Mineral King Resort, when that fell through, but they brought it to actually, it opened first in Magic Kingdom, I believe.
It did. I think it
Yeah,
opened in Magic Kingdom and it did so well that they brought it to Disneyland, but then built two
two,
theaters at
two, two
Disneyland.
theaters. Yeah.
And then
Now
it
I've
just was not the juggernaut that it
yeah
was on the East
I've seen
Coast.
they had three versions of the show. So they had the one we saw, the regular show. Then they had a vacation hoedown, and then they had something called like the Jingle Jamboree, a Christmas show. I've
Hmm.
never seen the Christmas show, but in Tokyo they still have the Country Bears there, and every time we go, they're always playing the vacation show. Yeah, which is the one where Henry's wearing his camp T-shirt. Still got my camp T-shirt, fits sorta. Kind of, it's like running up halfway up his belly. It's funny, but
Yeah, well, I really enjoyed that
yeah.
ride.
So
And then
before we talk about Tron, which I know was the highlight of the day, let me just really quick say I'm not a big Magic Kingdom fan because I'm a Disneyland person.
hmm
I don't really like the logistics of getting to the Magic Kingdom a lot. I mean, it's a hassle, but once you're there, it's great. I think everything was working. Um, Carousel of Progress, like I've got four things there that I've got to do: Carousel of Progress, People Mover, Country Bear Jamboree, and the boat. Those are like my must do's. But um, with the addition of Tron and all the activity around Tomorrowland, I really fell in love with the Magic Kingdom like all over again. I don't know what it was. I'd really enjoy it because there were times when I go to the Magic Kingdom and about halfway through the day, I'm like, ah, I don't want to go to Epcot or I want to be somewhere else.
Right.
But even with Splash Mountain already, being disassembled, uh, I just really enjoyed being there and just soaking it all in. I think that was because I was hanging out with you and you were really keying in on all the differences between the
Well, that was the
attractions.
thing.
So what
Yeah,
were
that
your
was
what were your cool like comparisons there? I'm delaying
I
Tron on
think
purpose here.
overall no. Overall Disneyland, I prefer Disneyland over Magic Kingdom. I agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh,
there are
always. I mean, that's
definitely,
that's our home park. We grew up with it, so
yeah,
yeah.
but there are definitely things at Magic Kingdom that I prefer over Disneyland. For example, I think there
Miss
haunted.
Katie. Yeah.
I think Haunted
We have a
Mansion
funny
is
story to
better.
share later.
I think the Haunted Mansion is better at
Yeah.
at Disney World, but I
Hmm.
think Pirates of the Caribbean is worse.
Yeah. I think
I
that's a pretty common uh, conclusion people make
yeah.
that have been to both.
Um, I think that I think Jungle Cruise is better at Magic Kingdom,
Agreed.
but I think
Yeah.
Space Mountain is worse.
Agreed.
Um,
Space Mountain's rough, but
Space Mountain is rough, but you know what? We rode it twice. We rode both sides, and when you're going in, I preferred the track on the left over the
that
track on the
was
right.
the when we rode it on Saturday, our last day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you sit in the back car, it's a little bit less jarring,
Hmm. But
but
so and
still
then
fun.
I like
You know. It,
I like the overall Tomorrowland better at Magic Kingdom, but
mhm. Yeah,
I
completely
like
agree.
Fantasyland a lot better at Disneyland.
Yeah, yeah, that's hands down. We did ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. In fact, that's the very first attraction we rode. And
Yeah.
I can confess, like if I ride that first, I've been walking around all day. My knees aren't all swollen and sore. So it was nice being able to ride that first and sitting in the car there and enjoying the ride because we're both tall and it can be a struggle getting in those little coaster
Mhm.
cars.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
it was fun.
it was good. It was definitely a good trip as far as Magic Kingdom goes.
Hmm.
I just and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I don't think it was a bad park at all.
Yes, I
Just things were just
rocked the
weird.
cart, Miss Caters. Uh-huh. Like when
Things
you're
were just a
going
little
through the dark ride portion.
yes. Oh yes.
Yeah, when they're singing dig 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 dig, you can rock to that classic Snow White tune.
Um, there were just some weird things about the park. Uh, that Small World was just weird.
Hmm.
But I will say, overall, Disney World, the queues for all of their rides are better.
Yeah, like the Pirates queue, the Peter Pan queue, which we rode standby pretty early in the morning. I think we probably had a 20-minute wait, and it was not too bad. It was, May 14th through 21st. I mean, it was crowded, but we weren't crawling on each other. It wasn't.
No.
No, it was I would say a pretty moderate. It wasn't crazy busy. It wasn't slow or dead. It was kind of a nice in between
Yeah.
crowd. But
And
yeah,
then
the Peter Pan
um,
queue's cool.
I loved the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse as
Yeah,
well.
we spent a little bit of time doing that, and then you had your heart set on riding the Aladdin magic carpets, which that was fun. I
Well, I didn't have
I
my
made a
heart set
reel of
on it
that
until
and
I
posted
saw it.
it. Yeah. You get
I
some
didn't.
nice views of the area flying around. I don't mind it so much. I thought always thought like, wow, why is that there? It's like blocking everything. I mean, this area would be so cool if there was just like maybe a seating area or whatever, but they slapped that spinner in there. But it was fun to ride it. Music's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
For lunch, we ate at Pecos Bill. Nothing, nothing to write home about, but we were
No, I had
starving.
another burger because of cilantro.
And I had some nachos, and the camel spitting on us. Yes, of course. I get that every time I walked past there, I got spit on by that camel or the
Well,
tiki guys. You know what I'm talking about? The camel out in front.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The big giant
Yeah.
camel.
So, all right. So, Magic Kingdom at 7 a.m. We joined the virtual queue for Tron. We got one. And why don't you go ahead? Because this is here. Oh, by the way, we bought stuff. Here's my Tron magnet collection. Oh, you got one too.
Yes.
They have so much cool Tron merch, like vintage and like the original Tron and legacy Tron. So, all right,
Yeah,
take it away, Jared. We our first ride on Tron was what time was it? It was like
it was in the afternoon, so it was
early afternoon.
during the daytime. Um, but it was completely fine. Just if you haven't been there, you walk into the part of Tron and you just know that you're there because the music is just it just surrounds you. And
Mm-hmm.
then the visual of the actual coaster itself, because part of it is outside, it just puts you in that mindset. And you wait through the queue. The queue. I was like a little kid because I absolutely love Tron Legacy, and I just love that world, and I love the music. And um, for me, I would imagine it's like Star Wars for everybody else, or or Marvel for everyone else. Tron is what I love. So I was like a little kid in the entire queue, and we get on the coaster. Oh,
Oh,
the music loop is
oh,
on
really?
Spotify.
I've already
Ooh, I'll have
I've
to.
listened to the soundtrack twice since I've been home.
Me
I
too. It's so
really
good.
fell in love with the music was so just it just drew you in. And
By the
Tron's
way,
kind of situated back, you walk to Space Mountain and then you go left looking at Space Mountain, you look to your left and it's kind of back there. It's a good little hike.
it's a nice hike.
But
Yeah.
but the music and the visuals just kind of draw you back there. It's very cool back there.
Well, you ride the ride and the coaster, and I've never ridden anything like it. The theming inside was just absolutely mind blowing. If if I had to pick anything that I wanted to criticize about is just the length of the ride. I do think it's a little short, but
Yeah.
I'm
But we
just
made
happy
up
that they
for that
even
by
made. Yeah, I'm happy they even made it.
yeah. Well, for me, it was the initial launch. Well, I don't know spoilers, but it started like, oh, that's a nice launch, and then it like kicked into a second gear all of a sudden. I was like, and that's there's like that initial like, oh, we're going fast, and then it was like, uh, we got to go faster to get up that first hill, and the
Mm.
G's and the speed and the way you sit on those light cycles. Whew, what a rush, man!
It was so good. And did
It
we
was
sit in the?
cool
I think we sat in the back, right, for
for
that
the
first
first ride.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind
So
of let you run the show, wherever you want to sit,
we
because I knew this
only
was
we rode it several times throughout this entire trip, and we
six
only rode in the
six times. Yeah,
6 times.
yeah.
We only rode in the back or the front. And I would suggest the back. If you're only going to ride it once, I would suggest the back.
Hmm.
If you're going
I
to ride it
sat
multiple times,
in the regular seat on the very last ride, and
uh,
and I was like, man, what a waste. I should have rode the cycle. If you're able to ride the cycle, do it, because sitting in the back row, just like in a regular coaster kind of seat, it's still fast, but you don't get that. There's just the way you sit on the cycle.
it just makes you feel really like you're part of it.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you're struggling, you can't sit in the like motorcycle style, then definitely just use that back row. And I sat with another dude back there who was like, "This is the best." I'm like, all right, whatever. I mean, it was fun. We got our money's worth. So we did the virtual queue, and it was just like Guardians when we got off. We're like, dude, Lightning Lane, let's just buy one. So
Hmm. But so the interesting thing is the lightning lane that we did the first day. So we rode the virtual queue in the afternoon. The lightning lane we did it for the very, very last one that we could, so that we
oh,
could ride it at night.
at night, yeah, which was a whole different experience. Like the visuals and the vibe at night, man.
Yep,
It's meant to be ridden in the nighttime.
I agree.
I'll just say that. That's when it's like everything is just, I mean, when you watch Tron Legacy, it's always dark. It's always nighttime throughout that whole movie when you're in the grid.
Hmm.
And uh, so you get that sensation of being in the film, just hanging out with Flynn and Tron, and Flynn's kid, who I can't remember his name. Uh,
Sam.
Sam. Sam, yeah, yeah.
Wait, so I would.
And
So
Cora.
this is what
Yeah,
and Cora.
she's
I
cute.
would recommend that if you're only going to ride it one time, try to ride it at night.
Yeah.
But if you can't, you're not going to miss out.
Hmm.
Uh,
So a little advice there. If the virtual queue is random, whatever time you're just going to get randomly assigned a time. The individual lightning lane, which when we paid, I think it was like $15 one day, $20 another day. It varied. But
mhm.
hey guy, thanks for joining in. Um, uh, the lightning lane is a little more flexibility as to what time you can ride if you pay. So you can kind of like just test out the app, like go in, see, oh, it's giving me times around 2 to 4, wait a little bit, and maybe you can get those nighttime slots. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But either way, you're not going to be disappointed, I don't think.
Nope. So cool. I mean, and then I think we saw the fireworks show
Yeah,
after that.
the worst part of that day, I think, would be trying to figure out how to get back because, like you said earlier, Magic Kingdom is the worst to get
Oh,
to.
yeah, yeah, because we always just like, okay, fireworks go off, and then we just kind of hang out for like a half hour, let the crowds die down.
Hmm.
Um,
Which we did. We
we,
actually went and rode Big Thunder afterwards. Remember? Because we
yeah,
were like
yeah,
fighting the crowd.
that's right. That we didn't position ourselves very well for that, and there was a lot of walking. I think we
It
were
didn't.
we were beat.
Yeah, for me, it didn't matter. I was on this high from Tron, so
Yeah. Well, I walk with a cane, and I've got a little. I think I did pretty well. Yeah, Happily Ever After was great. We watched it right from There's Some Wonders. Oh my gosh, you should have seen this guy at the store after you get off
I
Tron,
know.
or actually when you get off Space Mountain. It's all Tron stuff in there. I bought my show that Flynn's button again.
Uh, let's see.
The Flynn's, yeah. I bought my two boys Flynn's t-shirts. Yeah.
I just couldn't pack a whole crap ton of stuff, big stuff. So I'm like, I'll get the little stuff. Who knows if it'll ever
Mhm.
come to California?
Yeah. So after yeah, so we kind of waited, and then here's our biggest transportation tip. I think we got on the bus back to Caribbean Beach, and of course, our resort was like the last stop. So we didn't get back to our room till like almost midnight, which was okay because the next day we didn't have any plans really to get up early. Um, we discovered that it was quicker for where we were at in Caribbean Beach was to take a Riviera resort bus back and then just walk, which
Yeah.
was way faster. And I I pissed off Jared a couple of times because I'm like, hey, let me go check out the little quick service for some snacks.
I was like, I'm ready to get
I'm
to
ready to
bed.
get back. Yeah, I know, but we were beat. So that was Tuesday. The next day was like our no park day, sort of. We had a ticket for a Hollywood Studios after hours party from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. They would let us in the park as early as like what, 7 p.m.
7, yeah.
So in the morning, we snagged a last minute breakfast reservation at Topolino's, which is like character dining on the top floor of the Riviera Resort, which is if you go out our room door, the Riviera is right there. We can see it, and so the top floor is Topolino's, and that was fun. AK
Yeah,
the
that was
day
nice.
I almost died. What was
The day you almost died.
oh what was that? Is that the oh is that our Wednesday? Yeah,
Yeah.
this day was rough. We planned to take it easy this day, but according to our step counter, this was the day we walked the most, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. And it was so hot.
And it was hot. So we went had a really nice breakfast. Yeah, almost died golfing. Uh, Topolino's, if you can get to that place, it's for a character breakfast. It was like $39, and I thought that was pretty, well, relatively speaking, inexpensive. But it's cute. You get to see Mickey, Donald, and Daisy
And Minnie.
and Minnie, kind of dressed up as in their Italian slash Riviera kind of Mediterranean artsy kind of garb. It was fun. And of course I act like a dork when I'm around the characters, and so
I can
my
attest
my
to that being
yeah,
true.
my whole goal was to just embarrass Jared in front of characters and other people. Yeah, it was fun. I got Donald into a little bit of trouble because uh, I guess what Daisy was not super happy with him because he wasn't sharing. I can't remember how it went down, but
I don't either. You were having conversations with these, and I'm like, selfie? Okay, bye.
uh, yeah. So Miss Caters, yeah, if you get a chance to do Topolino's, great. I had the quiche. It was really good. Oh, and the bread, the pastries at the beginning. Woo, those were good. And
Pastries
that
were good.
butter on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I had a salad for breakfast too. That was weird.
I think I had French toast.
Yeah, yours looked really, really good. But again, those pastries that they brought. Mm. So after that, we kind of what do we do? Took the Skyliner back over to Epcot, then took a friendship boat over to the boardwalk, and then we walked over to Fantasia Gardens and played golf. So we played both courses there. The first course was more of the difficult one, and I kind of kicked Jared's butt
I
on that one.
didn't like it, so I'm like,
Yeah.
you need to do the goofy golf version,
Yeah, and then you kicked my butt.
and then I kicked your butt. So
So, oh man, you made like 8 hole-in-ones. I'm like, what is going on? Yeah,
I had
but
to get back at you for beating my butt on the first one.
yep, nothing was more impressive than the hole-in-one I got on that 12th hole. It was like, I think it was about a 150-foot putt. It just went right in. It was crazy. So if you can squeeze it in and you like miniature golf, definitely go check out Fantasia Gardens. We didn't have time to go check out the other one, which is over by Blizzard Beach, but I think two rounds of miniature golf in that heat was plenty.
Yeah, I agree.
So
then we went over to we took the bus over to Disney Springs.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. We got some good merch there. Oh, that's where we found the Mr. Toad popcorn bucket right there.
Yep.
Yeah. You got one, and I'm like, I need that. So I've got it.
Bye.
But it's like I have to go out. All right. Disney Cave preview. If you've never seen my Disney Cave, it's crazy. Yeah, there he is. There's Mr. Toad.
All the way down there.
With Ichabod. And yeah. So yeah, this is my Disney room. It's crazy. I'm obsessed. Oh, here's my record collection too.
That's awesome.
Oh, check out what I did here. I moved that thing that I bought.
Right.
And right next I put the World of Color album next to it.
Oh,
looks cool when it's lit up.
Great.
But, yeah. So.
Well, yeah. So that's where I bought my Figment Christmas ornament because there was like a Christmas shop there.
Oh yeah, that was cool. And oh my gosh, it was so nice in there because they like a cast member told us, dude, if you want some good AC, go to the Christmas shop because I think we walked in there, it was like 50 degrees in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good.
Yep.
Some cast member hit on me.
Really?
Don't you remember?
I missed that. Cool. Did you get digits?
No, remember it was that guy.
Oh.
At that one store. Do you remember?
Yeah, that was the what store was that?
It was the Co-op.
It was it was the Co-op where I bought the flannel, Wonderful World of Color flannel.
Memories.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. He was like, we were looking for this shirt, right? And he's like, sorry guys, I don't have that in size beautiful or something.
Yes. And then he goes, so when are you gonna, like, I promise I'm not making fun of him, but this is just what happened. He's like, so when are you going to, or when are we going to Disneyland next? And I said, oh, I'm going at the end of June for my birthday. And then he turned to his coworker and said, did you notice how he changed it from us to me? And I'm like,
yeah. He was definitely disappointed.
But it always feels good to be.
He was hoping that, that you guys could get together and ride Splash Mountain. Caleb, I don't think you went to ride Splash Mountain yesterday, did you?
Me?
On the last day?
No, I had to work.
Yeah, and I live in Texas, so I'm not.
I rode Splash Mountain with you and Jim. That was my last time going.
Oh,
so
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's
So I
cool.
think that was a good last ride, and
That was fun.
we did that about a month ago. So
We got pretty wet on that one.
yeah.
My last ride on Splash Mountain will probably happen in July. So I'll just let you figure that out amongst
I
yourselves.
know. That's fine. You
Yeah,
can get me some Country Bear stuff.
will do. Yep. So, but I don't think that will be my last ride because, as far as I know, there's no plans to close that version of Splash Mountain anytime soon. So, yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna go to Tokyo Disney Resort for a couple of days in July. So,
Not me.
yeah, yep. My wife left today. She's actually landing in Japan in a couple of hours. And my boys and I will join her and my daughter, who is working at Universal Studios Japan, and we'll be over there mid-June. So can't wait. I love going to Tokyo. It's really cool. Just one day in each park, so that's all we have time for.
Yeah.
I'd like to do 2 days in each park, but my wife would kill me.
Well,
Yeah.
after Disney Springs, we then immediately we got time for us where we could go into Hollywood Studios, right? Is that what we did? No, we went back to
Oh,
the
yeah.
room for a second,
So,
but then we went to Hollywood Studios.
but before that, we so this was something I had wanted to do for a long time. Uh, we took the bus. I think we took a bus to Wilderness Lodge from Disney Springs,
Oh,
didn't we?
yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
Sure.
We went
That would have
to
been a perfect time for you to say, notice how he changed the me to we to go to Tokyo. Dude, I invited you. I said, yeah, well, if you got time, come on over. You know, we'll squeeze you in. We got a room for 6 people. There's only 5 of us. So,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah. If you could swing it. The most prohibitive part of that Tokyo Disneyland is the flight cost. So, cost
Yeah.
prohibitive. Yeah. The tickets, it's like a $65 a day ticket to go to the parks over
Ugh.
there. It's crazy
You
cheap.
know, if my current show ends in a few weeks and I don't have a new gig set up yet, so
Mhm.
I need to be careful.
Yeah, you need to put your name out there. Yeah. So, okay, so from Disney Springs, we took a bus over to Wilderness Lodge, and I've always wanted to try Geyser Point because they serve a bison burger there, and everybody that tries it loves it. And this place was so cool. Like we sat out there at Geyser Point. Yeah, Wilderness Lodge is my favorite. I've never stayed there. I've eaten at all the restaurants there now. Geyser Point was the last. We've eaten at Artist Point, uh, Whispering Canyon. Um, uh, but Geyser, is it called Geyser Point? Geyser something. But we just,
I just went along with the. I don't remember all
yeah,
the
we had a
specifics
great
of that stuff.
table. It's got a great view of the lake, a nice breeze, and you you got like something with shrimp, a shrimp something.
I got the shrimp appetizer, and then I got a quinoa type salad. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
to
I,
eat.
I tried that shrimp. It was really good.
Yeah,
But man, that bison burger was like one of the best burgers I've ever eaten. Yeah. And the ducks. Yeah, there were ducks
there
everywhere.
were definitely
And
ducks,
you accidentally dropped a couple fries.
quote
And
unquote,
then
accidentally.
we had 2 ducks, and then all of a sudden there were 7.
Well, and also we at the beginning of our trip, we both got our mugs that you could refill as many times as you want at any Disney
Oh yeah, the mug.
resort. So I brought the mug.
I'm going back to the cave.
We brought brought the mug to that resort, and instead of ordering drinks off that menu, we just walked
Yeah,
right next door and
we had these.
refilled.
Look at my son's laundry. It's just like hanging out over there.
Was that a no-mobile book?
A no mobile book?
Mm-hmm.
Where? Oh, here
To
on
your
the
left?
wall?
Oh, no.
That's
Alice
Alice
in
in
Wonderland.
Wonderland
It
LP.
looks like a no-mobile book.
I've got one, probably somewhere. There's my socks. I just wanted to get
Um,
my mug. I forgot my mug. There it is.
my
So,
apartment's a mess, so I'm not going to give you guys a
yeah.
tour. Sorry.
Well, yeah, our house is a mess. See, this is I got the 100 years of Disney mug. Yeah, we made good use of these things. Yeah, if we ever went off like at a resort that had a quick service place, we would just use our mugs to get drinks, and they were like totally cool with it. They're like,
Yep.
we ordered off the menu, and right now we're just gonna go walk over to your refill station over there and fill up our mugs.
But we'll take some
'Cause
waters. Thank you
yeah,
so much.
yeah, and they were really cool. We met so many like new college program cast members, and I think our server there was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
We had really great. I mean, the cast members were great. I think everywhere we went, except for Size Beautiful guy, but he was
He was
still kind of
fine.
funny.
Like, he was very
Yeah,
helpful. Yeah.
yeah. He sort of helped us find that shirt. This
Yeah.
one. Oh yeah, yeah. Here we go. Which I bought at we found at Animal Kingdom, I think, right?
Animal Kingdom.
Ooh,
Yes.
the wonderful world of color. There's Tinkerbell. It's not really focusing, but it's kind of hard to show. But look at this. This shirt is so cool. They had so much awesome, wonderful world of colors merch, like clothes. I don't usually buy clothes when I'm there, but when I see wonderful world of color stuff, gotta get it. Okay. Now I've completely destroyed my camera. Okay.
Well,
Let me.
so then, okay, so but
There
then,
we go.
then after that, that's when we went to Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, after we got full, we went back to the room for a little bit. I think we Ubered back to the room, and then kind of took a little nap. Then got ready for Hollywood Studios, and we were stressing out because it was starting to rain a little bit. The Skyliner was stopped, and they won't run the Skyliner when it's like under, when there's lightning and. So we're like, but we got to get to Hollywood Studios and get full value for these tickets because we paid like $150 for this 6-hour ticket. But everything worked out. We hopped on the Skyliner, started working again. And, we got there early. They give us little wristbands, and
we got to ride almost everything,
yeah,
honestly.
I think we started with like Muppets, and then we saw Fantasmic, which was cool.
Yeah.
We ate
we
these
started with
huge hot dogs for dinner.
Yeah. We started with Tower of Terror.
Oh, that's right. We had Tower of Terror.
And then, once everybody cleared, all the regular people cleared out when the park closed, that's when we got unlimited free bottled soft drinks and water, as well as unlimited popcorn and ice cream bars.
That was awesome, man.
So I had a
So
one
we
and a half
did,
ice cream bar.
yeah, we did Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which was was cool. I think we did that twice on the trip.
Yeah.
The queue is not as cool as Disneyland's version.
Agreed. Everything else is
still really neat that you're in the Chinese theater. So Rocketeer pack. Did we see one? Was there one?
No, I didn't see a Rocketeer pack.
Oh, was it in the Chinese theater? Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Miss Caters. All those movie props are gone now. Like, I remember they had stuff from Mary Poppins, stuff from Bedknobs and Broomsticks in there.
Oh.
They had a lot of live action film stuff to look at while you were waiting in line for the great movie ride.
Well, we
Uh,
went to Toy Story Land and we
mhm,
rode Slinky Dog and Toy Story
a few
Mania,
times.
which the queue, um, the queue for Toy Story Mania is superior to California's. Um, but then the thing that surprised me, we walked on to Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah, there was like nobody there. We
There was
walked right
no
on to
line.
the
We
thing,
walked right on to Rise of
and
the
and
Resistance
the and oh, what,
and Smuggler's Run.
that was hilarious. Like when we walked on to Smuggler's Run, there were like five cast members all posing like they were getting ready to play a game on the Family Feud.
And then when they saw us, they were very embarrassed.
Yeah. So Miss Cater says the Rocketeer backpack is at Peavy's by the lake.
Yeah, I didn't see
What's
it.
Peavy's? I don't know what Peavy's is. I I, I should know Hollywood Studios better.
Hollywood Studios was good.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was expecting, I think, to like it more than Epcot, but I enjoyed Epcot more.
Hmm.
Uh, but it really is a good park. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't.
Rock and Roller Coaster was down, which was kind of a bummer. But
Yeah,
it
they
just meant we
confirmed that
rode
they're
Tower of
closing that.
Terror like five times during the party.
Yeah.
Peavy's is the diner in the movie Rocketeer. I'm lost. I don't know. Okay, we got to go back. All right, Miss Caters, let's plan a trip, and then you'll just take us around Hollywood Studios and show us all the cool stuff that we missed. I ate 3 ice cream sandwiches, and I only drank water. It was so weird. I remember that I thought I grabbed a water, and it was a bottle of Coke, and I took one sip and was like, "Oh, this is Coke," and I threw it away and went back and got water.
Which normally you wouldn't throw it away because it's like $5 a bottle.
Yeah, I would have drank it because it would have cost me $5, but it was free. Okay, the ship on Echo Lake, which was always closed when we were there. That's because that's the place that had the hot dogs, but they weren't never open. And right across from that is a quick service cart, and there's a Rocketeer pack on the wall.
No, I didn't
Okay,
see that.
dang, we missed it because we would have probably geeked out over that for sure.
It's
So
fine.
yeah, dang it. I'm gonna Google that when we're off of here because I'd like to see where that was. How close were we?
The only
uh,
ride that we did not ride at um, Hollywood Studios was Star Tours, but there's Star Tours here. So,
yeah, yeah. We didn't really care to ride that. I think we also didn't ride. Let's see, the
we didn't,
alien swirling saucers
no.
because I don't really like that ride. I don't even like the Mater Junkyard Jamboree. I like the music they play at Mater Junkyard Jamboree, but for some reason that ride just makes me feel sick. So, well, we got 3 more days to go through here. Tower of Terror, yes, we rode it many times. I think we rode it once before the party, and I think at least 3 times during the party, maybe 4. Oh
The
yeah, you want to talk about the tower? Yeah,
Tower of Terror. So I was
compared to
very bummed that,
California.
yeah, I was very bummed that Tower of Terror closed at California and they did the Guardians. However, I thoroughly enjoy the Guardians version. But this one is definitely different, and I enjoy it even more than the original or than the one that was in California because the cart leaves the elevator shaft and goes into a different elevator shaft, and I just think
Yeah.
that's very very cool. Also, the tower itself literally looked like an actual hotel all around the outside
Mhm.
and on the inside, and I just didn't. I knew that it was a ride when it was at California. So
Yeah,
I
it's so
thoroughly
cool
enjoyed it.
being able to see Tower of Terror from like almost anywhere in Disney World. Like when we're just like we're riding the Skyliner, oh, there's Tower of Terror, or we're riding Everest, there's Tower of Terror.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's a daunting edifice. It's like you know, it's there.
I would
Yeah, and
love
it's
for them
great.
to make a
Never
movie.
got tired of riding that. It was so much fun.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, that party was super fun. We rode everything. I think we got our money's worth and then
Sure.
some. Uh, the one bummer thing is, we got back we thought we could take the Skyliner back to our room, which would have been like a 5-minute Skyliner trip. Well, it was done operating, which is kind of ridiculous because it should be running. I mean, we're all there at the party, it'd be nice. And so we had to ride a bus, and I accidentally left my cane on like the handrail there. And so the next morning, we just kind of slept in. I had to take an Uber to Walgreens and go buy a new one. So
While I
dumb.
slept.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Thursday was kind of like we just kind of like woke up when we woke up. But I wanted to go ride Ratatouille again over at Epcot, so we had a reservation for Epcot. I think we didn't meet until like 11, huh? Or 12.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
pretty late.
But I did wake up at 7 a.m. and got a virtual queue for Guardians again. So,
I appreciate it.
yeah.
I woke up with the alarm and I think went right back to bed. I might have peed and then went to bed.
So that day we just kind of did stuff in Epcot that we didn't do on Monday, which was like the China, Canada films, and just sort of casually walked around World Showcase a little bit. We did Frozen. So I
We did
bought we
Frozen.
we bought Genie Plus that day to get on Frozen, and there was something else we got on Test Track.
Oh no,
We did
no,
Test
we
Track
rode
the
Test Track
first
the
day.
first day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Kind of underwhelming. I don't know why I felt that way about Test Track. I was like, wow. I
Test
mean,
Track
when you've
was a
got like,
Test Track was underwhelming, especially
yeah,
having ridden Cars Land first.
yeah, that's
And I understand,
exactly true.
and I know that
Right.
Test Track is the OG, but
Hmm.
Cars is better.
I mean, it's still fun, the outdoor portion when you're zooming around at like 65 miles an hour on those banks. It's fun. Um, yeah, so I really enjoyed that Epcot morning, riding Remy and Frozen. I
Well,
like Frozen.
we did it. Yeah, we did it. We did the what is it? Genie Plus? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I got the Genie Plus for Remy
And
and
Frozen, but then we
and
also
Frozen.
used it at Magic Kingdom because we went to Magic Kingdom
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah. So Thursday was kind of like a makeup day that you know, whatever we missed at Epcot. I think we had lunch. Where did we eat lunch on Thursday? Do we eat something at
I
Epcot?
have
I can't remember.
no idea. I don't remember at all.
Yeah, I've totally forgot. Oh no, that was the day we just kind of grabbed something because, yeah, I grabbed like a pretzel roll, and then you grabbed like fish and chips in England, and then we
Yes,
we were like
yes,
walking separately, and we met at America so we could see that show, the
the
American
America show.
Adventure.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
that's
was
what it
like
was.
patriotic day. Now I'm remembering because after that show was over, we took the monorail all the way back over to the Magic Kingdom. Okay, we had to transfer at the information tickets. No, what was it? The TT, the Ticket and Transportation Center, the TTC, and then monorail back over to Magic Kingdom.
And that was
And
the first time I had ridden the monorail there.
yeah, that's a nice long ride.
It is. It's approximately 4.5 minutes, I think, to the transportation
The
thingy, and
TTC,
then
yeah,
another 4.5 minutes to Magic Kingdom.
yeah. So, Miss Caters, we didn't really do the flower and garden booths. Maybe a couple. I don't know. I'm not a big festival guy. I like to just chill. But like, I was a big festival guy when we were pass holders. Um,
I
but
think I would be
this
if I was a pass holder, but
this
this is my
time, Yeah,
It
we
was
just
just the one
I kind of.
time, so I wanted to get the meat of it
Mhm.
in.
I really wanted to, somebody asked what my favorite table service was a while ago, and that was Beer Garden. But again, I was not feeling the summertime buffet. Like, if we would have done all you can eat German food, we would have been crazy. Yeah. Oh, so I did. I bought the little pretzel ham and Gruyere thing at the Germany um, little booth there. Yeah, that was my one. I like the holiday. I like the Christmas time booths better. Those are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any new rides at Epcot? Yeah, Joshua, you asked me what it was. That's right. Um, New rides. Yeah, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to go back to Disney World was to experience like, for me, new to me rides were like Ratatouille, Tron, Guardians. Um, those three rides really made it worth the whole cost to me.
Guardians is the one that shocked me because I
Yeah.
just didn't even know about it.
Mhm. So back at Magic Kingdom, we did Hall of Presidents because that was something we didn't do the first day. Kind of
We
then I think I don't really we rode like Big Thunder and then of course we got on Tron again.
and that's I think the first time we did Carousel of Progress. I don't know if we did Carousel of Progress the
Yeah.
first day.
We did Tron twice again that day.
We did do
We
Tron
we we were
twice.
able to get the virtual queue at
Hmm.
at whatever time we got in there at 3 o'clock, and they still hadn't sold out of the 1 p.m. virtual queue drop. That happened on Saturday as well. I couldn't believe it. Like at Disneyland, the virtual queues, the 7 a.m. and the 1 p.m. drops, they're gone like
In
that,
seconds, yeah.
seconds. So we moseyed on into the Magic Kingdom at 3, and I checked the virtual queue for Tron. I was like, wow, there's still virtual queues. So we grabbed that, and we also bought the Lightning Lane because we were there. We went to Florida because of Tron. So,
Hmm.
Miss Caters, it wasn't that busy.
Nope.
Uh, we did standby for a lot of stuff that was like 20-25 minute waits. I think a lot of the wait times were inflated. Remember when we did
Well,
the mine train the first
the
day?
mine train, yeah, it said it was 85 minutes and it took only 35 because I
Yeah.
did a stopwatch. But keep in mind, this time around, we also did have Genie Plus, so we
Yeah.
were able to use that for Jungle Cruise and I
Uh-huh.
think a Haunted Mansion. So
Yep.
some of those lines
Yeah.
were,
Right. Oh, the Jungle Cruise was always like 60, 70, 80 minutes. Oh, that's weird. That's so crazy. Before Fast Pass Plus or Genie Plus, Jungle Cruise was always like a short wait. I don't know.
uh, we also rode Tiki Room that day.
Yep. Tiki Room. I think we saw Country Bears again, of course.
Yep.
We didn't get to Tom Sawyer Island or ride the boat. We saved that for Saturday. Uh, and then we ended the night on Tron. And then it was kind of like we bailed before the fireworks started
Hmm.
that night because we were exhausted from the night before, and just 9 o'clock hit, and we were like ready to head back. So
Hmm.
and and we wanted to get up early because Friday was our first day to Animal Kingdom. We had not gone. We've been to all the other parks, and this is like day 5, and we had not been to Animal Kingdom yet. So, uh,
Which is your favorite park?
yeah, I love Animal Kingdom, but Friday was also the hottest day, and I think Friday it was starting to catch up to me a little bit. I was starting to feel it. Um, but I love getting up early and getting to the parks early. Because you can sleep when you die. Um, the morning time in the park is just like that's the best time to
Yeah,
me.
we did standby for Avatar in the morning.
Yeah, we went straight to Flight of Passage and we did the Navi River journey.
Yep,
Got both of those done in the first hour.
yep,
What did
we
you think
did.
of Flight of Passage?
I thought it was good. I I didn't absolutely love it. I wasn't completely blown away by it, but I thought it was very good.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's
also
I
am not a big Avatar fan, so
yeah.
if it was a Tron ride that was exactly the same thing, but Tron themed, then I'd be gushing.
Yeah. I enjoy Flight of Passage. I it's another screen simulation ride to me, which is kind of like there are some neat parts of it, but the whole time you're just like, oh, I'm staring at a screen. I'm on this little bike, or I'm on the back of an e-cron. I don't really feel like I'm on the back of an e-cron per se. Like they tell you you are.
Yeah, no, me
I
either.
feel like
Maybe,
I'm just like hovered over a screen and flying. It's pretty exhilarating. There's some neat smells and water that splashes up at you, but that screen just seems so like the resolution is not as good as
I think that's probably the biggest thing that threw me off.
yeah.
The
Hmm.
resolution felt was that a 3D one? Did we have to wear glasses?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, yeah. It was
Well,
fine.
we decided to only do it once because um, I don't know. We were in and out of Pandora in an hour, and I don't think we went
Hmm.
back.
We didn't. We
Yeah,
rode the line. We did the Lion King
yeah.
show, which was
We
great.
kind of just happened on the Lion King just as the show was starting, so we're like, hey, let's go check it out. Because I know if you try to get into Lion King in the afternoon, you're always waiting like an hour. So
Oh yeah, no, we just walked right in. We
we
were the
walked right
giraffe.
in. Yep. Yeah, we're always the giraffes because we always do the standby seating. So if you do
Oh,
standby, you're always a giraffe.
um,
So, yep.
and then we walked a few. We walked, I think, the Gorilla Trail, uh, um, and
Uh-huh.
then we rode. I don't know the name of it. That boat
Oh,
on.
and the gorilla trail was a little disappointing because they were doing some training with the gorillas. So we walked half of the trail, then we had to walk back out the way we came in, which is not usually how that works.
It's true.
Yeah, it was. So we got out of there. Then we got on the boat. The boat.
What is it? The
Oh, we did
river
Kali
boat.
River. We did the Kali River Rapids.
And
Yeah.
I'm a big baby. I do not like to get wet, so I packed a
Yeah,
poncho, and so I was fine
this
with it.
guy wore a poncho. Come on. We took our socks off and put them in a locker though, and oh my gosh, we sat with this family. Remember that little girl? She was just
She
bawling
was
the whole time.
bawling the whole
The
time.
mom
That was a short
just
ride.
it was, yeah.
I was expecting it to be longer.
Truth be told, I enjoy the pro tip, get the poncho, yeah. I enjoy the queue much more than the ride. And my family hates getting wet. Like they don't even if we have ponchos, they don't want to ride it. So Jared kind of humored me and I took a bunch of pictures of the queue. I love it. It's so
You
much
did.
detail. That's the thing I love most about Animal Kingdom is the details in Asia and Africa that you get there and all the signage. Just really feels like you're in another total world. I just that's what I love about Animal Kingdom, the theming. Um, not the attractions are great, but I think just being in Animal Kingdom to me is so fun. I just there's so much to look at and so much ambiance, the music. Um, there was this dude playing this called a what did he call it? Chara.
All I know is it was very hot, and you were stopping to listen to that dude, and I'm like, I need to
Yeah,
get in the air
yeah.
conditioning.
Well, he was in the shade, and he's like jamming on this thing. He's like jamming on it, and we're talking about how he's from Dallas and how much he loves Whataburger and all this Texas stuff. And I'm like, he, he's like, yeah, I love Dallas. You know, I go to see the Rangers, and the freeways are great. I don't like playing toll. And he's like, it was just funny. Yeah.
Funny.
Oh, Yak and Yeti's good. Yeah, we ate for lunch. We went to Restaurantosaurus
Yeah.
because I had heard about the Asian chicken sandwich there, and it was good. It was great. Hey, Ryan. Oh, we haven't got to Saturday yet, so just in time, man. So,
Hey, Ryan.
uh, let's see. So we also did the. Oh, okay. This was we totally forgot about like our big surprise. So here's the big surprise of the day. I One of my favorite things to do in Animal Kingdom is take the train to conservation station.
Mm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the train is just really cool because as you ride the train, you get a nice little sneak peek into like where the animals hang out, like at the end of the day. Like we saw a couple of rhinos back there, I think, and,
Yeah, we saw some
and
rhinos.
some other aminals and cool stuff. Um, but it drops you off at the conservation station and you walk back there, and that's where they have the animation experience now, like where you get to draw your favorite characters.
Mm-hmm.
And I just loved all of the pictures around there. Like,
Yeah, they had a picture of Joanna, the lizard from Rescuers Down
uh-huh.
Under.
Yeah, they had lots of great rare characters, but more like they had pictures of iWorks, Mary Blair, um, another lady. It was Harriet Burns. Was it Harriet Burns or um, I'm trying to think of the other uh, famous female Imagineer. Um, oh, name's escaping me. Uh, and then a great picture of Walt Disney, um, you know, with Bambi models. So that just kind of brings me to how much I was just, it warmed my heart to see so much Walt in the parks. Like it was great. And this was like, I wasn't expecting to see such cool pictures of Walt back there. But the great surprise there was the petting part, the petting
The
zoo.
petting zoo.
Miss Cater's already on. Like I walk with a cane, and so I'm just kind of walking around, and the goats are just kind of free roaming, and then they just like they looked at my cane, and they're like, "Oh, scratching post."
Mm.
They were just like scratching on my cane, going to town, and then there was this cow that I don't know, I felt this connection with this cow, and I was just staring at her for like 10 minutes, waiting, like hoping that she would come over to the fence and I would get to pet her. And then a cast member saw that I was interested in the cow, and she like called her by name, and she just came running right over, and we got to pet her, and it was awesome. I don't know. I like that part of Animal Kingdom. It's
Yeah,
like chill.
yeah, that was good. That was
Yeah.
definitely good.
And then we had to wash our
Um,
hands, of course, after.
we did have to wash our hands, but we then we got on Expedition Everest.
Oh, yeah, again. We rode Everest like 4 or 5 times. So,
Well,
what'd
we
you
got
like
yeah.
about that one?
The theming is good. Expedition Everest was very good. But pro tip, if
Pro
you don't
tip.
care, pro tip, if you do not care, do single rider.
Oh my gosh, we like walked on. We did single rider twice.
Yeah.
The first time they put us together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, great,
yeah,
Ryan.
we
You
did that
love the
several.
animation experience. We didn't draw any characters. Just wasn't really into it, but we did do the safari
We
like
did do the safari. I wanted
later
to
in the
make sure
day.
that we do
Yeah.
that. I think that
Ooh,
was
I
the
fell
last thing we did.
asleep on it.
You did.
I was so tired.
It was
Oh,
one of
we
the
saw
last things we
Nemo.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And of
we did
course
see the Nemo
we rode
show.
Dinosaur right after lunch. Or I think we had Dinosaur, then we ate lunch, or I don't know what the order was, but um
It,
so it was 6 o'clock, right? And we rode Everest a couple more times, and the park closed at 7. But we were like, we're done. We did everything.
yeah. I enjoyed the park, but I will say out of the four parks, that was my least favorite park.
You know, I don't I totally get that. Animal Kingdom is kind of like the more you go, the more you grow to love it, I think. And as a Disneyland person, so I'm like torn now because I had so much fun at Magic Kingdom this trip. Magic Kingdom was always like the bottom of the list for me. And this last time, I felt each park had something that I was super excited to experience. Like, I don't think I had a favorite, or they were all on the same level for me. Um, and usually I always feel like Animal Kingdom is where we spend most of our time because, we like to see the characters there, the Mickey and Minnie in their jungle outfits, or Kevin. We saw Kevin walking
We
around.
did see Kevin. That was good. But I think that was probably the biggest disappointment for me is I just felt like it wasn't as Disney as everything else. And I feel like they
Yeah,
underused some of it. Like there's so many animal things that Disney has that they could just Jungle Book, Robin Hood. I think
yeah.
I
Yeah,
even
they used
said
to have a
like,
great King Louis meet and greet that I just love. Like, I would get all funky with Baloo. We'd find a scratching post and scratch our backs and like goof around. And then I'd try to jump rope through my arms with King Louis and all kinds of.
yeah.
My wife is like, I look around, where's my wife? She's like, where? Hey, she's gone. She's like in Yak and Yeti eating gyoza. Like, I'll just be
Oh,
over here when you're done being a 6-year-old
wait a minute. They
husband.
have gyoza at Yak and Yeti.
Yeah, that's like a Chinese place.
Oh,
Sorry, man.
it's all good. It's all good.
Miss Caters, yeah, I agree. Says Animal Kingdom grows on you. You see it different when you go with someone for the first time. Yeah. You missed it by a week or two, the 44, four, I can't read that, anniversary. They were out. Who was out? Baloo, King Louis? Yeah. I saw Baloo at the festival, no, one of the cavalcades, and I was like, "Hey, Baloo, what's up?" And he just like ignored me.
Well, it's better than flipping you off. You got to look at
Yeah, he could have done
it
that.
you got to look at it the Pollyanna way.
Oh, Ryan saw Baloo and King Louis when they did an exclusive event for the DCP. Lucky. That's that's we were friends before, Ryan. Now we're not. I'm joking. I miss those guys. Like, that was my favorite meet and greet, and they took it away. I guess I got to do the Disney College program, huh, Ryan? So I could see them. I'll do it, even though I'm 49.
49.
Oh, the Animal Kingdom anniversary, which we missed. You're right, because that was like April 20, around Earth Day, right? 22nd. That was the 40th anniversary because it opened in, no, not
Animal,
40.
I was gonna say,
19,
didn't know.
Animal Kingdom opened in like 92. So the 30th anniversary, or 93. I can't remember. Somebody looked that up. I think it's 92. So that was it, man. We were done with Animal Kingdom. And then came one of the highlights for me was taking Jared over to the Polynesian. Oh, 98. So it was the 25th anniversary for Animal Kingdom. Thanks, Elmer.
That makes
Elmer's here.
sense.
Okay. Yeah, 25. Well, one thing we did, one anniversary we experienced was the 50th anniversary of Tom Sawyer Island with Ryan on Saturday.
True.
We didn't get any merch for that. There was nothing. I mean, there were no fireworks. There was no
Nothing.
Tom, Huck, or Becky
They closed
live
off half of the
action
island.
characters. Yep. We couldn't even go to the fort. It was rocking. But we did see the windmill and the caves, and we were able to enjoy that. I'll get to that, but before we talk about Saturday, so this is the funniest thing that happened on the trip. We took a bus to the Polynesian from Animal Kingdom because we had a reservation at Ohana, which is like one of my favorite places to eat at Disney World. And we got there a little early, so we had some time to shop around the little store and walk around the resort. I love that display case. They changed the display case up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They had so much cool stuff in there. Some new records, comic books. So I took video of that, and I'll share that in a post one of these days. But we bought some merch at my favorite gift shop in all of Walt Disney World, and I got a note on my app saying, "Oh, it's time to check in." I'm like, "Oh, you can check in online." So I was like, "Doodly doo, let me check in." Oh, it's somebody's first visit. I'll mark that box, and then I'm like, "This was on Friday, May 19th," and I'm like, "Hey, May 19th is the anniversary of me joining the Air Force, and so May 19th of 2023 was my 20-year anniversary day. So I planned it ahead, and I really wanted to spend it with Jared. So, so I marked on there that was the anniversary, just thinking, oh, it's like my 20th anniversary. So Jared and I show up to the check-in. I said, our table's ready. And the girl's like, oh, you guys are celebrating an anniversary. How cute.
No, she asked if we were on our honeymoon.
Oh, that's right. I think we just went with it. And they gave us like the best table in the restaurant, like on that window, facing the Magic Kingdom, overlooking at the castle. Hey, thanks, Joshua. Appreciate you joining, and hope to see you again on a future show, man. Thanks for your participation. Really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Um,
It's a little bit longer episode tonight.
yeah, we're gonna go 2 hours tonight. Um, so they gave us that great window and great view of the Polynesian, and I had to explain to her and our server that no, we're not married yet, but it's just my
No,
20. I mean, I'm happily married. My wife and I are celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary in September. So
we
um,
corrected. We corrected
yeah,
them.
I told him it was my Air Force anniversary, but hey, if it got us a good table, hey, you might as well try it.
It's true.
If you're with a buddy, Ryan, if you and I ever go to Ohana together, we'll say it's our anniversary. We'll get that table, man,
It was a good table.
and I'll buy you dinner. No, they didn't move us. No, we got to stay right there, and we had a great server. God, the food was great, except for the steak was a little not so good because the previous night we had Beauty and the Beast filet mignon, which was we didn't even talk about
That's
that
true.
one.
I didn't really care for the steak. So
Yeah, But the chicken wings, I don't. What was your favorite part of that? I think
Probably
the
I don't
noodles.
know. I don't remember. The noodles were really good. The
Yeah, the chicken wings
chicken
were great.
wings were good too.
I
Yeah.
like the peel and eat shrimp. I think I ate most of that, and then the the bread pudding was a little disappointing. Um, I don't know. It was different. I don't
But because
know.
because we were celebrating that anniversary, they brought us an extra plate of like chocolate and macarons.
Yeah, they did. We chopped those. Those were good. So, and then we were just stuffing our faces, and then the fireworks started, and we had a really nice view of the fireworks, and you could hear the soundtrack to Happily Ever After while we were eating. It was nice. I mean, um, totally recommend that on a on a for a date night. Great spot.
Hmm.
I bet
Yeah, it was
everybody
really
else in
good.
the restaurant looked at us and thought, well, they're a little early for Pride Month, but you know, which is in June. Uh, at least they didn't bring us like a rainbow colored dessert tray or something.
Was
Wait,
that the
was
place
it?
that they had? Was that the place where they had the raspberry macaron?
Yeah. No. What was it?
But where was that? Because no, that was Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, that was Beauty, Beauty and the Beast. Yeah. Beauty and the Beast dessert was pretty good.
Beauty and the
We
Beast
got the little,
there was good.
yeah. Beauty and the Beast was the food was great. The restaurant's so cool, but the care it's didn't we both say that we thought it would be so cool if like Belle and the Beast would come out and dance, or maybe Mrs. Potts would sing? Like why don't they do that? Why is it
I,
just Beast coming out and just bowing at everybody?
I don't know. It was good.
Like,
I'm glad that we did it.
yeah. Me and the Beast got into a bow off. Like you bowed, I would bow. You bowed again, I bow. Like, is that it? Can you sign my menu? Or nope,
No.
nope, no pictures. Like you had to. I don't even think I'd got a picture of Beast. But
I got
anyway,
a
so
video
that
of
that
Beast.
was Beast was cool. The food was great. I enjoyed that restaurant. So back to Friday night, Ohana, awesome. Then Adventures in Transportation, right? Trying to get back to Caribbean Beach. So it's tough going from
Oh,
one
yeah.
resort to another, via bus, because you always have to like get back to Magic Kingdom. So we had to take a monorail back over to Magic Kingdom. And of course, at that time, the fireworks just ended. So now you're just like, ugh, we are like dealing with all the Magic Kingdom exiting people.
Hmm.
We try to get on a bus. Uh, that's when you play the no shame game, and I have a cane, so I sit down, and then you like mommies with their kids, and it's like, okay. But wow, yeah, that was another late night. But Saturday was more of a chill day. We didn't really need to get up too early. What did we do Saturday? Was that
Saturday we did um, Hollywood Studios in the
our
morning.
last day? Oh yeah, we that was the makeup stuff we didn't catch during the party. Yeah. Oh, Jim, thanks, man. Thanks for listening in. We're about to wrap it up here. We did like the
Good
Beauty
night,
and the Beast
Jim.
show. Yeah. Yeah, Jim, you were very quiet. You're multitasking probably. That's cool.
But
Beauty
yeah,
and
we
the
did the Beauty and the Beast.
Beast.
We tried to do the Walt Disney film, but they decided to get rid of that and substitute it for a sneak peek at the Little Mermaid,
Which we didn't watch.
which we
Not
did.
not because we don't want to watch Little Mermaid, but there were other things to do.
Yeah.
I don't see the point in watching a film preview inside of a theme park. But um, there was another show. Oh, the Indiana Jones show. That's when we met Ryan.
Yes.
So yeah, but before we met Ryan, we did walk through Walt Disney Presents or the One Man's Dream and got a lot of video. There was some great photo ops of me and Jared standing in front of the live action film display. And
Mm-hmm.
um, by this time, we were like probably gained 10 pounds. So I look horrible in that picture, but I posted it anyways. I'm still trying to work off all the food we ate. But yeah, no Walt Disney film at the end. It was
I
terrible, but the
was
exhibits were
very
great.
bummed.
And, it's just, I love that place. I hope it never goes away. I just think it's so important that Walt is represented in that way, especially on the East Coast, where Walt never walked that park when it was complete. I mean, he walked the property. But yeah, Ryan, it would have been great. You know, that'll be something we have to do next time, buddy. We'll go walk through One Man's Dream together. It's my favorite place at Hollywood Studios, and maybe when we go do it together, they'll actually have the Walt Disney
The
film
film,
uh,
yeah.
playing. But yeah,
Since we had
so
done the party, we didn't go back to. Did we go back to Toy Story?
I
I
don't
don't think
think
we
so.
did.
No,
We didn't
we
go to
just
Star
did.
Wars.
No, we got done with Beauty and the Beast, and then we met Ryan in front of Indiana Jones, and we saw an abbreviated version of that stunt show, which
Mm-hmm.
sucked. I mean, there was a pyrotechnic malfunction,
Mm-hmm.
and we only got to see half the show. So then we had a little dilemma because Ryan was meeting with us, and I wanted to take him to the Sci-Fi Drive-In, and I had been trying all week to update our reservation from 2 to 3, and just couldn't do it. So we checked in, and I'm like, hey, I got my pal Ryan here, and he's a cast member, and he finally had a day off where he could meet us, and um, she's like, well, I can't get you a table for 4, but I can squeeze you in one bench on a car. We're like,
There's no way.
no way. But they did have one of those little tables in the back open up. And I asked Ryan and Jared if they were cool with that. And you guys were cool. It was kind of cool sitting back there.
Mm-hmm.
I was we were not sitting in a car, oh well. But it was fun. Uh, our server there was probably the least enthusiastic of all of our servers
I
for
would
the
agree
week.
with that.
Yeah. But he kind of warmed up to us towards the end when he realized that, he needed to earn his tip. But interesting burger selection on that menu. I got
Mm.
a crab cake burger. I think Ryan, you ordered the same thing, right? The crab cake on the burger.
He
Do
did, yes.
not.
I,
What'd you get?
I forget what I ordered.
Was that like burger number 5 for you?
It was.
We love
It
burgers.
was. I got a burger. I think it was just a basic burger.
Yeah. I, I got the onion rings. Do not get the onion rings at Sci-Fi Drive-In, you guys. They were horrible. Go with the fries. I had eaten so many French fries up to that point. I thought they were going to be the same skinny regular fries you get everywhere else, but they were actually a nice steak fry, huh? Like the ones you guys got. Or
I really liked the fries.
yeah. So that's such a cool place. Lots of the drive-in movie thing is well. What'd you like about it? The Sci-Fi Drive-In.
It was definitely not like any other restaurant I've ever seen. So the theming was really good.
Yeah.
Um, and they showed a trailer for Plan 9 from Outer Space, which was directed by Ed Wood, which was his story was turned into a touchstone film in 1994 called Ed Wood. So I did appreciate that
Yeah.
because Ed Wood is one of my favorite movies.
And then of course like Ryan had mentioned earlier, that they had the Mars and Beyond clip where Walt Disney is introduced by Garco, the robot. That's great. That's another nod to Walt. I was so impressed with how many nods to Walt Disney are currently in the parks at Walt Disney World. Not just in the parks, but other places too.
Yeah.
It's, so, okay, after on Sunday when you left in the morning, I went over to Coronado Springs just to check out what we missed.
Hmm.
It's nice. But when I walked into the Grand Destino Tower, there was a great portrait of Walt and Mickey done in this kind of like a Salvador Dali kind of style. This
Okay.
and I took a photo of that. Oh my gosh, it was just awesome. Like Walt's everywhere. I was like, wow, that's so cool. The display case at the Polynesian, I went back over there and had a breakfast and then took some more video. And there's a nice picture of Walt and Lillian in there because they love to go to Hawaii. They love traveling everywhere. So
Yeah.
that picture was cool. There was some great Walt and Lillian pictures in the Riviera. Remember that hallway we walked through? There were
Hmm.
lots of pictures of them and Roy and Edna, them all together traveling through Europe. I just love how they put these little touches everywhere. And that's my thing. I love that.
There was the Walt nod in the Cosmic Rewind queue. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, yeah, the Epcot uh, movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another one. See? It, it's just great. I love that. Love it. Um,
But then after that, we went back over to Magic Kingdom one
oh,
last
but
time.
before that, one of the highlights of the week. So, Ryan, he made an effort to come meet with us, and so I bought him lunch. And he's like, I want to return the favor and get you the Shaggy Dog plush with his cast member discount. I'm like, are you serious? Dude, like, look at this. It's like, I could not believe my eyes when I saw this. It's like Shaggy Dog, you know, chiffon, that Roberta Shore is in love with, more than Tim Considine or Tommy Kirk.
And it's so soft.
Yeah, and he's got the little S
Hmm.
sweater. S for Shaggy Dog, I
Well, the thing is,
guess.
we didn't even know about this.
Yeah,
Ryan
and
told us about it.
Ryan told us, otherwise we wouldn't have known that this was even there. Um,
And I'm not 100% sure, but I was talking with Jim, and he said that he doesn't think that they're out at Disneyland yet.
I think okay, so I've been posting some stuff about Ludwig von Drake, and I got into a conversation with the guy today about how there's little representation for him. Wouldn't that
Hmm.
be so great if the 1960s era plush was Ludwig von Drake?
That
Wouldn't that
would
be
be
cool?
good. Yeah, that
It,
would be
it,
good.
I mean, the Wonderful World of Color is such a huge promotion right now with the Disney 100. Would totally make sense if they do a Ludwig von Drake because he was like the MC for that whole
Totally.
like yeah. I would love a Ludwig von Drake plush. So Ryan, keep an eye out for 60s because so correct me if I'm wrong. They did the 20s was a Steamboat Willie, right? Or Mickey
Hmm.
um plush. And the 30s was um oh shoot. Was that the little pig, Three Little Pigs?
Three Little Pigs. And then
And
the
then the
40s.
40s, they still had some. It was the Fantasia unicorns, right? Or the little Pegasus guys
Yeah.
that
There were
I
like
got for
five
Ryan.
of them.
Just
Weren't there
yeah,
like five of
yeah,
them?
yeah.
And
Ryan
then the
Ryan
50s.
picked up that set when we were there. That was cool. Yeah, yeah. So that was just a really cool surprise. And so then we all traveled over to Magic Kingdom. I'm losing my voice. You want to talk about what we did over there? The last.
Magic Kingdom was, I mean, this was our third time on the trip doing Magic Kingdom.
Well, for
So
Tron, right? Yeah.
we had to do it for Tron one last time. This was our last day. And so we did Tron twice again, but it
Yeah,
just
and
worked
again, the
out
virtual
so.
queue was still open. So
Yeah, virtual queue.
I added Ryan into my app, and I was able to grab him one too. So,
Yep,
yep.
and the virtual queue and the lightning lane timed up perfectly. We rode lightning
Oh my gosh.
lane,
Yep.
and at night we rode lightning lane. Got off. Ryan met us right then, and then we went into the virtual queue. So we rode it twice in a row.
And that was the last attraction we rode.
Yep.
And the
And
rest
that
of the
day,
day we just kind of filled
yeah,
in the
that was the 50th
blanks.
anniversary of Tom Sawyer Island. So we went on Tom Sawyer Island. We
Yeah.
rode Haunted Mansion,
Mm-hmm.
and we just
The Liberty
rode.
Bell.
Yeah, we just did. And then that's when we rode Carousel Progress, and
Yeah, we
we had to
just
watch the same scene twice
mhm.
on Carousel Progress.
We did the People Mover again. Oh, we saw
Yeah.
Country Bears with Ryan, and we
Mhm.
also met
And the
like
Wendell.
Wendell and Liver Lips, or was it Shaker? It was
Shaker, I think.
Shaker and
Shaker.
Wendell. Yeah, we met both
And
of
so we
them.
got pictures with them. So
Yeah,
we saw them on when we were on the big boat going around.
yeah. They were like waving at us while we were on the boat, and we're like, "Stay there. We'll come back around." And they came back out. That was great. I think we had dinner at Pinocchio Village House, and we were waving to people that were on Small World. That's such a cool
Hmm.
little spot. Like, I remember that dude he was like doing some kind of jam when I was waving, or he wanted some of my pizza. It was a lot of fun. I
It
love
was. It was
interacting with guests. Yeah.
it was definitely a good day and a good way to end the trip.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And boy, Saturday night came and the park closed and we were beat. I was so exhausted walking out of the park.
So tired.
We,
And then the only
we
thing I
were,
could think about was like, oh, I have to fly across the country the next day.
yeah, like usually the last night you're like, oh, let me go hang out at the Emporium, get a few last minute souvenirs, maybe some Casey corn dog nuggets.
Hmm.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
I didn't do any of that. I was just like, Ryan, it was great seeing you, buddy. Loved you. Had a good time. Thanks for your cast member discount. Too bad we didn't go to the Cast Connection store. Maybe next time. But we were like, good night, dude. Get on the bus and go to bed.
Yeah.
But
It was a great trip.
yeah, I really had a good time. Um, really enjoyed it because I work and family stuff going on was getting crazy, so I was grateful to have this week to just kind of escape
Well, and I
to
thank you
our happy
for,
place.
yeah, for sure. And I thank you for setting up a lot of it,
I
most
get
of it.
I enjoy the planning aspect of it, and just hopping on different blogs or Facebook groups and getting tips. So sometimes things don't always work out. You know, we had to we had to make some last minute switches and things like that. But that's, I think we left a lot of time for spontaneity.
I
That's what I
agree.
worry about sometimes with Disney World trips. Like, you have to do so much planning that maybe you kind of plan out the spontaneous magic. But
Hmm.
that didn't really happen. I think we sort of we did everything multiple times. Just we got our money's worth. Um, Sunday morning came around, you were all packed, and I just did what I did. I enjoy taking Disney transportation around, so went to the Polynesian, hopped over to Coronado Springs, and then back over to the Polynesian, and ended the trip with the Dole Whip
Mm.
float, which was awesome. And got on my flight and headed home. It was great. It's a great week. And so thanks, Jared. Hope we could do it again. And
Yeah, that it was really good.
yeah,
Really,
maybe
really good.
in a couple years when I save up more Disney dollars with my credit card. But yeah,
now I'm ready to go back to Disneyland and just see all the differences again.
Oh, you haven't been back yet since you've been home, huh?
No,
Okay. Yeah, maybe you've got Magic Kingdom, the map in your head, so you'll be walking around and it'll be weird. Oh, hey, Mark. Yeah, glad to join us right at the end here. We just got done talking about our week at Disney World, and it took us a little over 2 hours, but I think, did we leave anything out? Any final words?
we did not leave anything out.
But it was great hanging out with you. It was great seeing some friends, especially Ryan. I really enjoyed that last day with you, man. It
Yeah, it
was a
was
lot of
nice
fun.
meeting you, Ryan.
Um, you're cool, and hopefully I get to hang out with you again. Um, when
Enjoy that sweltering heat this summer.
Yeah, and good luck with. I know you're trying to become a full-time cast member, so I hope that works out for you because I don't know many other folks who don't deserve it more than you. You're a huge fan. You're a big Walt fan, and you love the tradition and history. And I love young people who are interested in the history and Walt and want to keep that stuff alive. So
Mm-hmm.
you're okay in my book, bro. So hopefully we get together again. Yeah, so thanks everybody for joining in. And Jared and I will try to be back in July. I think we wanted to do Tron.
Yeah, I would like to do Tron.
And then maybe in August we'll do the Love Bug. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Because we need to get back into some Dean Jones films.
One time we'll do Million Dollar Duck.
Yeah, that's right. We've done Blackbeard's Ghost and Ugly Dachshund. Have we done Monkeys Go Home yet?
We
Maybe
have
we could
not
do
done
Monkeys Go Home and Million Dollar Duck together.
Double feature.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for
All right.
joining in, and we'll call it a night. Really enjoyed this with you guys. Here's our merch. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about it, but yeah, I got this cool Paul. I love the Polynesian resort. I want to live there someday. Uh, you know, we'll see. All right, Jared.
All right.
Good night. Good
Have a
night,
good night,
everybody.
everyone.
Bye bye.
All right. Bye.